Welcome to our channel. We're so excited to have you here with us today. If you're watching this video, we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from. Drop a comment below and let us know. Your support means the world to us, and we'd love for you to join our community by subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on our special content coming up tomorrow. We're thrilled to have you on this journey with us, and we can't wait to share more with you soon. Let's dive right in. 5 things you should never share with your family after 65. 1. Financial decisions and assets. As we age, one of the most delicate topics we face is money. It's natural to want to be open and honest with family members, especially about something as important as finances. However, when it comes to your financial decisions, sharing too much can often do more harm than good. You may think that being fully transparent about your savings, investments, and future plans will prevent confusion, but in reality, it can create unnecessary problems. For one, talking about your finances can invite unwanted advice, pressure, or even arguments. Different generations often have different views on money, and what seems like helpful advice from your family might feel like interference. They may not realize it, but when they start questioning your financial choices, it can feel uncomfortable, as if they no longer trust your judgment. Imagine this. You tell your children about your financial plans, and suddenly every decision you make is questioned. Your good intentions can quickly turn into family conflict. This is especially true when family members, who may have never shown much interest in your finances before, suddenly want to get involved when they find out what you have. Perhaps you've seen this in others. People who, once distant, suddenly begin offering unsolicited advice, or worse, act as though they have a right to influence your financial decisions. It's not uncommon for family members to suggest that you downsize, invest differently, or even save more for future generations. While their advice might be well-meaning, it can start to feel more like pressure. Moreover, once you share details about your financial situation, that knowledge can never be undone. The transparency that you thought would foster understanding can instead create tension. People may start to judge your choices, which can lead to a loss of personal control. You might hear comments like, "Are you sure you should be spending that much?" Or, "Wouldn't it be wiser to give some of that away now?" This type of scrutiny, even if not directly confrontational, can make you feel uneasy. That said, it's not that you should never discuss finances with your family. It's crucial to have a clear estate plan and communicate necessary details when the time is right. However, there's wisdom in knowing that you don't have to share everything. How much money you have, what you spend on yourself, or whether you've made a new investment doesn't always need to be public knowledge. Sometimes keeping financial matters private allows you to enjoy life without stress, judgment, or pressure. It's not about secrecy. It's about protecting your peace and maintaining your independence. 2. Health concerns that are not urgent. As we get older, it's natural to experience more health issues, and with those issues, we often feel the need to share every little discomfort with our family. It seems like a way to keep them informed and show that we trust them. But much like with finances, sharing every minor health concern can cause more harm than good. The truth is, not every ache or pain needs to be broadcasted to your loved ones, and there's wisdom in knowing when to keep certain things private. It's easy to imagine a situation where you mention something like joint pain or mild fatigue to your family, thinking it's just a passing thing. Before you know it, you're being bombarded with unsolicited advice. Suddenly, your kids or even your siblings are Googling treatment options, booking doctor's appointments, and questioning your lifestyle choices. They may even start suggesting diets, supplements, or exercises they think will fix you. It can quickly feel like you're losing control over your own health and, more importantly, your independence. Just like with finances, the more you share, the more others start to feel entitled to make decisions for you. While their intentions may be good, their worry can turn into pressure. They may start treating you like you're fragile, not realizing that you're capable of managing your own health. Imagine being told you need help getting around, or being excluded from family activities because they think you're too weak or frail, all because you casually mentioned that your knees were aching. It's a subtle shift, but one that can completely alter how your family sees you. The psychological toll of this is significant. When family members start to see you as fragile or incapable, it's hard to change that perception. It becomes a cycle where every small issue you mention is blown out of proportion, and suddenly you're not allowed to make decisions for yourself. Just like with money, once the line is crossed, it's difficult to reclaim your independence. The constant worry, the unsolicited advice, and the shift in how they view you, it can all lead to unnecessary stress and frustration. Of course, serious health concerns should be shared, especially when they require support or intervention. But keeping minor issues private doesn't mean you're hiding anything. It means you're protecting your peace and your sense of autonomy. Just like your finances, there's wisdom in choosing what to keep to yourself. Sometimes, silence isn't secrecy, it's simply self preservation, allowing you to maintain control over your own well being without the burden of constant worry or unwanted interference. 3. Honest thoughts on family conflicts. As we get older, we often find ourselves caught in the middle of family conflicts, and it can be tempting to share our honest thoughts about who's right and who's wrong. But just like with health issues and finances, opening up about family drama can backfire. You may think you're helping by giving advice or voicing your opinion, but often it just makes things worse. The truth is, stepping into these conflicts can pull you into a whirlwind of emotional drama that you may not be prepared for. And the aftermath can leave scars that last much longer than the argument itself. Take, for example, a situation where two of your children are at odds, arguing over an inheritance or some long held family grievance. You might think it's your job to step in and offer some guidance, to tell them what you think is best. But once you take sides, it's not just the argument you're affecting, it's your relationship with both of them. Even if you don't mean to, taking a side can make you look like you're picking favorites, and the fallout from that can be long lasting. Suddenly, the argument isn't just between them, it's between you and your children too. It's a pattern that often repeats itself in families. Old wounds reopen, misunderstandings pile up, and people start taking things personally. The more you try to fix it, the more tangled things get. What you thought was helpful advice can quickly be seen as criticism, or worse, as judgment. You may think you're giving a neutral perspective, but the other side might interpret it as a personal attack. It's easy to forget how sensitive family members can be to what we say, especially when it comes to their relationships or life choices. And once you've said something, it can be hard to take it back. This is why, just like with finances and health, there's real value in knowing when to keep your thoughts to yourself. You don't always have to speak your mind. Sometimes, the best response is to stay silent, or simply say, "I trust you'll figure it out," or "I hope things work out for the best." By choosing not to insert your opinions into the situation, you maintain your peace of mind and keep your relationships intact. The last thing you want is to become the target of resentment or anger that lasts far beyond the initial conflict. It's about protecting your own emotional well being. Just like with your health and finances, when you choose what to share and when to stay quiet, you're maintaining control over your life. You avoid unnecessary stress, drama, and the possibility of being caught in something that, in the end, may have nothing to do with you. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful tool you have to keep your peace and preserve your relationships. 4. Regrets about the past. As we age, it's natural to reflect on the choices we've made, the paths we didn't take, and the things we wish we had done differently. Regret is a powerful emotion, one that can haunt us if we let it. But much like with family conflicts, sharing these regrets with our loved ones often does more harm than good. You might feel the urge to open up about missed opportunities or decisions that, in hindsight, you wish you could change. But doing so can have unintended consequences, especially when it comes to how your family perceives you. Think about it. How many times have you shared a regret with a child or a grandchild, only to have them internalize it in a way that changes how they view you? For example, if you say you regret not spending more time with family when you were younger, your children might hear that as, "I wasn't a good enough parent." Even if that's not your intention, those words can linger in their minds, creating unnecessary guilt. They might start to feel like they failed you somehow, when all you were doing was reflecting on your own past. The same can happen when you talk about old relationships or unfulfilled dreams. Saying that you wish you had pursued a different career or moved to a different city can make your family feel like they weren't enough or that they didn't live up to the life you envisioned. These types of regrets can make people feel unappreciated, even if that's far from what you meant. It's easy to see how a casual comment about the past can unintentionally create a wedge between you and your loved ones. And here's the kicker: when you continue to focus on regrets in front of your family, they might start seeing you as someone stuck in the past. Instead of being the resilient, strong person they've always known, they may begin to see you as someone who is discontent with their life, someone who hasn't fully embraced the present. This can change the way they interact with you. They may start treating you with pity or even questioning your ability to make decisions for yourself. This is why it's often better to keep certain regrets to yourself. Reflecting on the past is important. It helps us grow and learn from our mistakes. But when it comes to sharing those regrets with your family, it's wise to remember that sometimes silence is the best option. By not dwelling on the past, you protect not only your peace of mind, but also your relationships. Your family doesn't need to carry the burden of your regrets. They need to see you as you are now: strong, capable, and living in the present. Just like with finances and family conflicts, knowing what to keep private is a form of wisdom that helps you preserve your dignity and your family's well being. 5. The full extent of your financial situation. Much like sharing regrets or family conflicts, revealing the full extent of your financial situation to your family can have unintended consequences. While it might feel natural to want to be open about your finances as you get older, doing so can sometimes cause more harm than good. You might think that by sharing how much you've saved, what your future plans are, or even the struggles you're facing, you'll avoid confusion or potential issues later. However, just like with health concerns or family drama, opening up too much can create unnecessary tension, worry, and even resentment. For example, let's say you're upfront with your children about your savings and investments. At first, it may seem like a practical decision, but over time, you may notice a shift in their behavior. Some relatives, even those you haven't heard from in a while, might start acting differently. They may start hinting at what they'd like to inherit, or worse, openly discussing how your money could be spent. This can change the way you relate to them, turning family relationships into financial transactions. It becomes about who gets what, rather than the love and connection that should be at the core of those relationships. On the other hand, if you share that you're struggling financially, that can trigger a completely different set of reactions. Your family may start to worry more than necessary, even stepping in with suggestions about how to manage your money or making you feel like you're no longer in control. You might find them questioning your spending habits, offering unsolicited advice on what you should do next, or even trying to take charge of decisions that are yours to make. This kind of interference, even if well intentioned, can create tension and undermine your independence. Suddenly, your financial struggles aren't just yours, they become a family affair, and that shift can feel suffocating. Just like with health concerns and regrets, once you've shared these details, you can't take them back. You've opened the door to a new dynamic in your relationship, one where your finances are no longer private. This might make you feel uncomfortable, or worse, pressured to act in ways you wouldn't have chosen for yourself. That's why it's often wiser to keep the full extent of your financial situation to yourself. You don't need to hide everything, but sharing too much can open the door to judgment, advice, and interference that you don't need. The most important thing is to maintain control over your own financial decisions without the added stress of family expectations or unwanted pressure. Keeping some things private helps you preserve your independence, protect your relationships, and keep your peace of mind intact. Like with health issues, family conflicts, and regrets, knowing when to stay silent about your finances can make all the difference in maintaining the strength of your relationships as you age. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think about keeping certain things private as we get older? Do you agree that some topics, like finances, health issues, or even family conflicts, are better kept to yourself? Or do you believe transparency is always the best policy, no matter what? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're genuinely interested in hearing your opinions and experiences. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where sharing too much with your family caused more problems than it solved? Maybe you faced the pressure of unsolicited advice or had to navigate a family conflict that you didn't want to be involved in. We'd love to hear your stories and how you handled those situations. Your comments help us build a community where we can learn from each other, and we love reading the insights you share. If you found today's video helpful, be sure to give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We have so many exciting videos lined up, and we can't wait to share them with you. Stay tuned for tomorrow's special video, and remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.